Welcome back, witches, wizards, and muggles, to a place where we... You know what we do. And you know what? It has come to my attention that we do not have all of the Weasley Wands. So today we have another Weasley, eh? That's right. We have Bill Weasley's wand. Let's go! A purple box again. I kind of like these purple boxes. We have to have the protective felt like always. Here we have Bill Weasley's wand. Let's take it out of the box together. Oh, yes. And here we have Bill Weasley's wand in our hands. And I got to tell you right now, this wand looks very similar to Harry's and Ron's wand. But don't forget, we have something hidden in here in the shape of Bill Weasley's golden name tag. I love these things. If I haven't told you, if you don't know, these things are metal. They got foam to protect the wands. And I love these things. You're never going to confuse whose wand is whose. But right now, before we go any farther, let's take a closer look. Bill Weasley, a recreation of the famous wand. This one, to me, looks very similar to Harry Potter and Ron Weasley's wand. But let's take a look at the handle, the top of the wand. It's very beat up and it looks very worn. And we got a whole bunch of different colors going on here. It looks like we have a little bit of gray, green, brown. The handle is very distinct from the rest of the wand. You go down the shaft, it still looks a little beat up, a little worn, a little rough around the edges. And we go all the way to the tip and we find that golden name tag. This wand right here, another Weasley wand. I bet you're wondering what the length, the core, and the wood is. Well, you're just going to have to keep on wondering, because we go again with our theme of unknown wood, unknown length, unknown core. But, as always, I found a stick that's got a bunch of numbers. The muggles, they just have the weirdest things, I tell you. But the one thing we can always know 126 billion% is the length of the wand. So, I'm going to measure it right now. We got our wand. We got our ruler. Let's get some concrete numbers in here. And as you can see, we are right above 14, maybe 14 and an eighth. I'm going to call it 14 and an eighth inches. Not bad for a wand. I mean, I kind of like the longer ones. I know some of the characters, Dolores Umbridge, have very short wands. But, you know, I'd like to know more about the wand. But unfortunately, that's all we got. So let's go ahead and review this wand. Like I said in a closer look, it's 3 different colors. And, man, I want to say it's got some green, a little bit of, kind of, to me, it looks like a hint of gray. We got a little bit of brown. It's got a lot of colors. And I say it kind of looks similar to Harry and Ron's wand because they both have like a nubby handle of the wand. Now, speaking of handle, this handle is rather short. If this is the handle of the wand and the neck right here, very short indeed. So you'd have to put your finger on the shaft of the wand, but that's okay, you know. The handle's to hold, and it's actually pretty comfortable in my hand. Now, one of the things I like about this wand is it looks very beat up, very worn, very rough. And I kind of like that in a wand. It's nice to have a nice, perfect, straight wand, smooth. But it's also nice to have it kind of roughed up a little bit. It reminds me more of the Magic days, really, more how it was rough, how it was, not a lot of thought went into the wands. So that's kind of nice right there. But you can see it's very beat up. And I think the colors kind of remind me of Ron's wand, too. I believe Ron's wand is about this color. I really like the roughness, so let's go for this test. It's pretty stiff, but it got a little bit of bend to it. but it's pretty stiff nonetheless. Let's see how straight it is. This looks pretty straight to me. Yeah, it looks very straight to me. But it is a little beat up. It might have a slight curve to it because resin. I would imagine during the process of it drying and, being formed and everything, that you're going to have a little bit of distortion around it, a little bit of, deformation. But this one, I really like it. It's simple, it's easy, and it's got a lot of colors to it. It's very heavy. I like the heaviness to the wands. If you guys have seen any of my wand videos, you know I'm a sucker for heaviness. For me, the heavier the weight means quality. So let's talk a little bit about Bill. Bill is the oldest of the Weasley siblings. So let's start off in order from oldest to youngest. Let's see if I can get them all. If I miss any, put it down below. Let me know what I missed. Bill, Charlie, Fred, George, Ron, and Ginny. I kind of feel like I'm missing somebody. Oh, I am. I think it's Bill, Charlie, Percy, Fred, George, Ron, Ginny. So there is 7 of them. So he is the eldest. And I want to say it's kind of weird how that family functions. I would say the more immature of the family would be Ginny, Ron, Fred, and George. Although I don't think Ginny and Ron are very immature. But when you compare them with Percy, Charlie, and Bill, it's a lot to compare to right there. There's a lot to live up to with them. Bill, he was a charms breaker for Gringotts. Or curse breaker for Gringotts, sorry. So he was, he held a powerful position, Bill did. And there's not much I can say about Bill. He did have an encounter with Finrir Greyback, the werewolf, and he wound up with a scar around his face, but he does not have any werewolf tendencies. He does not turn into a werewolf. They joke around and say, Fleur says that Bill likes his meat a bit on the rare side now. But that's about it. He's very protective. He has a protective quality, a serious quality about him. One in particular, I think it was a Deathly Hallows when Harry, Ron, and Hermione, they wanted to question the Goblin. They wanted to question Ollivander, which he bought his wand from. It's rumored that he bought his wand from because he's from the same area. Everybody is said to have bought their wands from Ollivanders around there. But when he went to question those two, Bill said, be careful what you offer a goblin. He's saying goblins take their offers very seriously and they're very tricky. They'll find a loophole in your offer, like he did. He got him into their vault, Bellatrix Lestrange. He said, I would get you into the vault. I didn't say anything about getting you out. And that, a bit of karma right there, right? Because he was dead. That was the last we seen of him on the ground, bloodied, dead. And in the end, the Sword of Gryffindor left his side. But we're talking about Bill right now. I want to say there's not much to say about Bill that I could think of off the top of my head, other than he was the eldest of the Weasleys. And now we have one more wand to add to the Weasley collection. And here we have another Weasley's wand. That's right, one less Weasley wand to review. And this is a magnificent wand. And he also has that scar on his face to match the wand. Now, guys, like, share, subscribe, and I really mean share my page to any Harry Potter fan, any Harry Potter lover you know, so that you can bring the magic to them. And if they're on the fence about buying a wand, if you're on the fence about buying a wand, I hope this review helped. But you know what? I gotta get going. So until next time, everybody, knock!